The soul, in its original eternal form, in the company of the Supreme Soul, a witness of the eternal wisdom that the Supreme Soul is sharing with all human souls. This is a dialogue between Arjuna, the human soul, and God, the Supreme Soul. God speaking to Arjuna. Arjuna, I told you to fight Maya. It is a non-violent war. There is no killing of anyone. By fighting this war, you are called a philanthropist. Now listen, Arjuna. Who is speaking to you? It is not God speaking to a devotee or an ordinary human being. This is a father speaking to his children. Understand this well. This is not Krishna speaking to Arjuna while sitting in his chariot. My position is not higher than yours. Neither do I teach you as a guru. I am your father. As does a father speaks to a child, so we too converse together. There is not only one Arjuna, there are many who are listening. I come into the gathering and speak to all the children. My children are seated here listening. You must understand this well. God does not speak the Gita to only one, but to many. Those who are listening are God's children. So first, understand, Arjuna, that it is a father speaking to his son. I see the children speak to them to explain to you that as I am, so are you. You are not different from me. As is my consciousness, so is yours. As is my vision, so it is yours. As are my thoughts, words, and deeds, so are yours. Now take this on and transform yourself. I am Shiv, the benevolent one. My form is that of a star, a point of light, the liberator, the one who gives salvation to all. My world is Shivalaya. In the same way, your world is also Shivalaya. You do not belong to the impure world. You have to separate yourself from that impure world. I see perfection and call the perfect self Brahmin and the imperfect self Shudra. These descriptions are so that you can understand yourself. Understand that you are neither one of these. Do not get trapped into these names. I never commit any vice. As is your vision, so it is your world. When you see that world as impure and degraded, then you consider yourself a Shudra. When you study what I'm telling you, you consider yourself a Brahmin. I speak to you through you, Arjuna. Then I call you Brahma. We are both seated in this body. I am with you, speaking through this mouth. You call this yoga. I call it being together, father and child. It is through this that your sins will burn away. Arjuna, I will explain to you the cause of all sorrow, why there is sorrow and misery in the world. You have been through the cycle of birth and rebirth, whilst I am ever pure, beyond birth and rebirth. My birth is unique, alokik. Coming into the body of this old Dada, which I name Brahma, I never come into the vices. By thinking that you are a body, the source of all sorrow has been created. Lust is the biggest enemy. You have to see how I see and understand what I understand. When you finish body consciousness, you finish all the sorrow. By considering yourself to be a body, you have become attached to the physical possessions. By considering yourself a soul, you will be able to meet me. You cannot be with me unless you understand you are a soul. The man who sees themselves as a body will be subject to all kinds of impure thoughts. He will be attracted to bodies, think of the bodies, and have greed for everything related to bodies. You and I, Arjuna, are alike. The eternal soul is divine, imperishable, and it is a guest here. Such men who lost their soul-conscious vision are defaming me and are going down the ladder of impurity. Sooner or later, they will come to me through Raja Yoga. It is not possible, Arjuna, to remain separated from me. They have misunderstood this by saying that God exists at all time. You and I exist eternally. We never die. You come into the cycle at the beginning of the golden age and take 84 births. I come at the end of the cycle into one unearthly, divine birth. At this time, I teach all God's children how to have yoga with me only. Through this, you remove your past sins and purify the self. When everyone is pure, I will take you all back home with me. In this way, dear child, we cannot be separated. You will return to me. This is the end of the second chapter. We will continue with the next chapters. Shanti.